Hey yo! To celebrate my channel reaching 5,000 subscribers, I'll explain how I went from 0 subscribers to 5,000 subscribers. Without any help, no cosign, no social media following, just straight up marketing and resilience. And maybe a little money spent on ads. But it wasn't a lot of money, and I think that if you believe in your content, you should put your money where your mouth is. But I'm getting ahead of myself. While I was preparing for this video, I realized that I have to split it into 2 videos. This one, which will go over how anyone can do it, and the second one, which is going to be more personal, is going to go over my international journey. And of course, as I am a music producer, the second video is going to be more valuable if you are a producer as well, but it's still going to be good. So subscribe so you don't miss it. But let's start the video. What is to successfully start a YouTube channel? I believe that it means getting your channel monetized. So 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched in the last year. But without any outside help, going from 0 subscribers to monetization is probably gonna be the hardest task you're gonna face on your YouTube journey. Subs do become less impactful as you grow. There is a snowball effect, and growth almost comes naturally once you get some momentum behind you. In my case, for example, it took me almost a whole year to reach 200 subs. But in April of 2022, I gained 235 subscribers in just 2 days. So yeah, the beginning is brutal. Most people just straight up quit before reaching monetization. Actually, most people think they're gonna upload one video, get blessed by the algorithm gods, turn a viral moment into a career, get monetized in 1 day, and then make this video that I'm making obsolete. But this video is for people that are down for the slow grind, because some form of success will always reach those who simply refuse to quit. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you all the marketing strategies and stuff that I did to reach my first 100 subscribers, then 500, then 1,000, to getting monetized, and now finally to 5,000 subscribers. The first 100 subscribers. This is gonna be the longest part of the video because I honestly think it's the hardest one to do. You have to either provide a service or be entertaining. Regardless, your growth will depend on fulfilling a demand from an already established audience. Could be reviewing tech for people that are not very familiar with tech or are interested in buying a product. It could be reviewing, giving your thoughts on books, movies, series, making tutorials for games, editing, production, instruments. All of those things that I mentioned have already established audiences. People who will actually go and type it out on Google and search for this type of content. Since you have no traction and you are a small channel, YouTube is very unlikely, it's pretty much impossible to get YouTube to recommend your channel. So where does the traffic is gonna come from? Search results. Let's look at some of the videos that I've posted that have a big impact on search results. Those are videos that YouTube didn't push a lot, but they still are getting thousands of views each month. They grow just by existing, by people going out of their way and searching for this type of content. So this Kanye video that I really liked did not get a lot of views. I even had to spend some money on ads, but I'll talk about ads later. 23% is from search results. So most of the views from this video comes from people researching this type of content. Those are the terms they search for, and that's how they find the video. Search terms used by viewers on YouTube to find your content. The other 20% is advertisement, and just 15% is from YouTube recommending the content. So here on J De La Flowers, you can see that most of the views come from YouTube search. This is gonna give you steady growth, which is not that important once you are an established creator, but when you are growing, those hundreds of subs that you get every month from just having your content posted, being researched on a daily basis, gives you a dozen subs every day, and at the end of the day, it ends up impacting a lot on your growth. Helps get the ball moving. Another way to get views from established audiences, let's call them communities, is to find them online and cater your content to them. Reddit is a great tool for that, but you can also use Twitter, Instagram, Discord, but the one that I use the most is definitely Reddit. I find communities like these and I engage in them. Now, I am not saying to spam these communities. You will be considered toxic and you will get banned. Even on my videos that I used to post weekly, you wouldn't find me posting weekly on the same communities. I would and will only do it when it's relevant to the community or I'm really proud of the content, which makes me just want to share it. My first video for the Chomp series, before the series I try to do a couple things on YouTube for like 3 to 4 months, nothing worked, but I'll go more into depth on that on the other video. But all you need to know is that I've started this series, I posted on Reddit to a relevant community, and it made me gain 100 subscribers like this. I knew the series had potential because the artists that I was studying and sharing my studies on had an established audience on YouTube who like to listen to his stuff on YouTube, because it is a lot of rare and unreleased stuff that you won't find on streaming services who only have licensed music. So there, I found my target audience. So now that I found something that got me to 100 subs, I need to figure out how to expand this and reach 500 subscribers. Once you find something that works, do that like a lot. It will, one, help you master the skill to make that type of content, and it's awesome. Like the series that I mentioned, The Chop, I'm not very proud of it because the editing is very clunky, but I can't make content like this if I don't go through those hurdles. And also, posting the same type of content a lot will create expectations, and once people know what to expect from you, they can decide if they want to sub, if they want to see more of that type of content. On my case, I did that content for like 8 months, but the growth started to stagnate, which is completely normal. So you have to learn how to analyze your content and adapt. You have to be a little bit self-conscious and self-analytical to see where things are going well, where things are going wrong, where you can improve. But I think YouTube Studio has some tools to help with that process. I felt like even though it was good to have a niche audience, I found it mine to be too niche. So I wanted to broaden my potential viewer base. So I decided to make my videos way shorter, with visuals that will attract anyone that likes music or the music making process, instead of just the hardcore producer nerds. Again, I posted the first one on Reddit, it was received incredibly well, and I reached 500 subscribers rather quickly. Now to 1,000 subscribers. Even though a couple videos of the new series were doing quite well, only the first one was standing out. The other ones would just reach 1,000 views if I was lucky. But I felt passionate about the content enough that I wanted to put money where my mouth was. I'm not gonna teach you how to do Google Ads on YouTube. There's like videos that are 100% dedicated to that. But what I will tell you is that it does work. Yes, you can buy views. If I had unlimited money, I would have definitely expedited my success. And yeah, when I say that you can buy views, 10% of all my views come from advertisement, which is pretty good, honestly. There's more drastic examples. I can go back to the Kanye example, which I really liked the content, so I felt that it was right to invest on it. 20% of all the views come from advertisement. But if I go from when it was posted until right before YouTube stopped recommending my content, through that time period, you can see that most of the views come from advertisement. So yeah, you can get views from ads, you can buy your views, and if your content is good enough, other analytics will be pushed up as well, and people will subscribe to you even though you paid for exposure. Another example here with Sea of Clouds, another video that I really wanted to be pushed because I really worked really hard on it. So 20% from advertisement. Also, it's worth buying ads because they're way less expensive than you would think. I don't think I've spent like $200 on ads. Probably less than $200, honestly. But I understand that not everybody got money left at the end of the month to just buy ads. And it's honestly not that important. The key thing for growth, for steady growth, still is search results. Even though only the first video of the new series was doing exceptionally well, most of my videos would eventually get 1,000, 2,000, even 5,000 views. And it's mostly because of search results. Another thing that helped me reach 1,000 subs is paying attention to the market. If my thing is to analyze and break down music, it is important for me to check which artists are relevant in the news. For example, Isaiah Rashad dropped his album, so communities attached to him were more engaged. Therefore, posting videos about him during this time is assured to do better than usual. In conclusion, it took me about 5 months of posting this new type of content to reach 1,000 subs. But that was actually the easy part. Getting monetized was actually the biggest struggle for me to do and required the most adaptation of my content. So I have 1,000 subs, but to get monetized, I still need 4,000 hours watched in the past 365 days. And that is difficult, especially for the type of content that I was making. I mean, half of the appeal of my content, it was because it was just so short, like 1 to 2 minutes can get someone to click on your video instead of somebody just committing 20 minutes of the time to watch a video. Even with this one that got 16,000 views, it is only 300 total hours watched, which means that I would have to have 14 videos like this to do this well to reach 4,000 hours, and that just was not gonna happen. So much so that I reached 3,000 subscribers before I got to monetization. So I had to pivot again, making longer videos. But it is actually not that simple. Every time I decide to create a new type of content, it takes time. The creative process takes a while, to come up with new ideas for titles, thumbnails, visuals. All of that stuff is important. For example, it took me like 3 months to refine and come up with the short video style. But again, it was worth it, so I decided to do it again, but focus on longer videos. I did the whole creative process again for the video essays, always thinking about great titles and thumbnails. Those are going to be key here, because a good click-through rate and watch time are actually the two most important stats on your YouTube analytics. However, nothing that I did and nothing that I will do marketing-wise, anything, it's gonna be as impactful as YouTube finally deciding that it likes you and it wants to recommend your content. It was late March, I post one of my videos, and for the first 48 hours, nothing crazy happened. But on the third day, I started getting a lot of views. At first I thought somebody found my channel and reposted my content. The analytics wouldn't tell me where the views were coming from. It takes a couple days for it to process, but once it was updated, it was actually YouTube finally deciding to recommend my channel. Thankfully, when YouTube decided to do this, I was ready. I had my best content ready to be posted. Stuff my subscribers were asking for months, and some content that I was hyping up for a while. The videos I posted through April and May gave me my most successful videos and helped me reach monetization. 2 incredible months for me. And it all felt incredibly rewarding because every time you introduce a new type of content, there is risk. You're trying to convince someone that subscribed for one type of content to enjoy another, but it is a necessary risk. Even if some of the new content doesn't do super well and you feel unmotivated because it's doing worse than what you normally post, you just need to stick through it if you believe in what you're doing. Example is my low-end theory video. It's completely different from anything that I had posted so far. I worked incredibly hard on it. I changed the script like 5 times throughout a whole year? Yeah, because it was like late 2020 or early 2021 when I posted about low-end theory on Reddit, and I had started to write the script then, and it took me like years to finally edit and post the video. When I finally decided to start the editing process, it was brutal. It was like an hour, 2 hours a day for a month? Well, it worked. The video by itself has 3,200 hours watched. It's pretty much monetizing my channel just by itself. Now, I don't think the video would have been as successful if I had it posted before YouTube started recommending my channel. It was actually very opportunistic of me, but if I want to pat myself on the back, I can say that once YouTube decided that they liked me, I had a bunch of content that was really good ready, and after that, I posted a lot of content that it was relevant in the news. Posting stuff for Jack Harlow right after he tweeted about his single, posting a lot of Kendrick Lamar stuff right around the time that he released his album. All of that helped keep the momentum going. Now you might be wondering, how can I get YouTube to recommend my content? Well, I don't know. Nobody knows. The algorithm is updated often enough that nobody can claim to be actually just a true expert. But you can give yourself a chance by doing all of the things that I've just mentioned. You can help create your own momentum. Market to communities inside and outside of YouTube. Post a lot of the content that gave you your first traction. It will sort of help you monopolize a search term or a keyword. Buy ads. Getting more views on your content will tell YouTube that you are an expert on that type of content, and maybe after a while it will start pushing your content to people. Okay, this is getting long. Let's finish this off with quality versus quantity. YouTube eventually stopped pushing my content as hard as it was for those 2 magical months. It was still pretty good. My new normal was way higher by literally every metric than it was before. But I think I might have made a mistake. I wanted to have a lot of content ready to be consistent. Maybe consistency would help me keep the momentum going. I even went from posting more than once a week, which was my normal. But the content was pretty much the same stuff that I have been posting. Still necessary because it's my bread bread and butter, but nothing crazy, which is sort of the issue. My theory and philosophy now that I got from bigger content creators. They said that while you are growing, you should focus on quality. And then once you actually make it, you should focus on consistency. I sort of jumped the gun here. I'm still in my growing phase. My channel is not big enough to support me financially, so I need most of my content to be great. Afterwards, when I have some stability, I can focus on being consistent. The biggest example of that is my last video essay about Jay Dilla. The video pushed me from 4.3k subs to 5,000 subscribers in 1 week. It was like 700 subs in 1 week. That video got more impressions than all the videos I posted in the last 30 days combined. Okay, now onwards to 10,000 subscribers. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all the amazing support, and hopefully you got something out of this video. Be it if you want to actually make this your career, or if you're just looking for some extra money and you want to make YouTube your side gig. And again, be on the lookout for the second part of this video. Peace.